The Boeing B-29 Superfortress Enola Gay is the first aircraft to deliver an atomic weapon in combat in history. It's on August 6, 1945, and it led to the events to the end of World War II in August 1945 of VJ Day. Well, you know, the B-29 is the most advanced propeller-driven airplane in the world during World War II, especially 1945. And it's selected for the atomic mission. That platform has been proven with the 20th Air Force of being able to carry up to 20,000 pounds of bombs, the 2,000 miles to Japan and back. And the modifications of what are called the silver plate bombers, which the 15 bombers of the 509th Composite Group are modified for the atomic mission. It's a 10,000 pound bomb, atomic, and all the defensive armament's removed, and it's modified just for this atomic mission. And so you already have an airplane capable of high speed, high altitude, long range, and then you add the capability to carry this one specific weapon. So it's the perfect platform for carrying the atomic bomb. You know, the 509th is a specially trained unit. They're activated in December 1944, and they train specifically for the delivery of a single atomic bomb. They're activated, they go into a theater in the Marianas North Field on Tinian in the spring and summer of 1945, and they start having practice runs to Japan and back, dropping they're called pumpkins. They're big, the Fat Man bombs that just have TNT in them. And so they know they're going to be practicing for the delivery of this single weapon. By the time of August, in which the first mission, the Hiroshima mission, is planned, Colonel Paul Tibbets is the commander of the unit. Tibbets picks this airplane off the line at the Glen L. Martin factory in Omaha, Nebraska. And Lewis receives it, the crew fly it over, there at Tinian. So on August 5th, Tibbets says, this is my airplane. I'm going to fly for this atomic mission, the first one. He has a person paint his mother's name on the side of the aircraft. And he's designated himself the command pilot, Dutch Van Kirk as the navigator, and Tom Farabee as the bombardier. And they're also joined by Captain William S. Parsons as the weaponeer and overall mission commander, and Morris Jeppesen, who's the assistant weaponeer. So they're added to this crew. Some of the crew members come off, so they're bumped from the crew. Robert Lewis walks up and he's like, well, this has been my airplane, and it's now named Enola Gay, and I'm the co-pilot. And at 3 in the morning, August 6th, they take off from North Field, and they rendezvous with other aircraft, other B-29s of the 509th at Iwo Jima, and then they fly the rest of the 2,000 miles to Hiroshima and back. So it's a very procedural mission. They've trained for this. They all have their jobs. From the crew of 12, you have a private running the radio to a Navy captain who's been part of Project Alberta, which is the delivery program, the building of the actual bomb. So you have this range of experience, range of service being represented. So it's a very special mission. But also it's that camaraderie, the esprit de corps, the professionalism of this Air Force crew, especially that core unit of Tibbets, Farabee, and Van Kirk that gets the airplane, the Enola Gay, to Hiroshima, that route. Then Farabee aims and drops the bomb, and they get back home. The importance of Enola Gay is that it's a symbol of the rise of technology, especially in terms of the military airplane. Innovation that's made aircraft fly higher, faster, and farther. And this airplane was the epitome of that development, starting in the 1920s through 1945. So it's the modern airplane in every sense of the word. The scope and the awareness of the importance of that mission, I think it's seen at a high level as a very important weapon. It's going to be shaping the immediate post-war period. For the individuals on the airplane, like Robert Caron, who's the tail gunner, he takes a picture of that mushroom cloud coming up over Hiroshima. He records that moment. Robert Lewis, writes in his diary later, oh my God, what have we done? So the crew they're soaking it in. What does this really mean? For the Japanese, they do not answer the request to surrender. So August 9th, Nagasaki's attacked. But it takes the second bombing that the Emperor of Japan, who's never spoken to his people, he says, we are now, because of this new weapon, going to surrender. And so that's an unprecedented moment in the history of Imperial Japan. The Enola Gay is a very important artifact, not only for the American people, but for the world overall. It's a symbol of the height of technology in terms of aeronautics and what a national culture did with the technology to win World War II. And so it's a symbol not only of the people who flew the mission, but also the people that actually fought the war overall. And especially in that idea for the American mindset, will this war ever end and how can we end that war? So it's a very important symbol in that regard. But also in terms of the overall use of nuclear weapons, it's a flashpoint for the discussion of what nuclear weapons and what role they should play in the modern defense establishment.